I just want to do a quick video today, to go through some things that you might want to carry with you in a, say, makeshift toolbox, in case the shit hits the fan and you need to do some repairs on the run. You can take this toolbox to your local range or even put it in a small bag and take it out on your hunting trips with you. So if something happens, you can fix your bow out on the field. First things first, we'll just go through the tools that you might need. First one will be a bow square. A bow square comes in very handy if something happens. Think your D-loop's moved or your arrow rest is moved or whatever it is. You need to make sure that your arrow comes out square. So don't forget to take your bow square. Chucking a D-loop on. You're going to need, lots of times you'll be out bush or out on the field and shooting in comp or whatever, and your D-loop can fail. Make sure you always take some spare D-loop material with you. And of course you're going to need D-loop pliers to put that on, and just normal pliers as well. If you need, don't forget your Stanley knife of course. If you need to make adjustments to your draw lengths or your sight pins or whatever else, you're going to need Allen keys. So make sure it's a set of Allen keys that are for a compound bow. If you go to your local Bunnings or a hardware shop, you'll end up having to buy two sets or even 3 sets sometimes to get the right sizes that are going to fit all your sights and your arrow rests, your limb bolts and all that sort of thing. Whereas if you just go and buy the one set from an archery shop, it'll have all the sizes on it that you need. A lot of bows these days have torque screws on them instead of Allen keys, so you might want to get a set of the Allen keys with the torque setting on it as well. So the torque setting is just one of those. I don't know if you can see it there. Okay, so the only other tool that I think you might need is a string splitter. The string splitters are pretty good. They're a coated piece of steel. They've got a very thick coating of steel on them, so they won't damage your string. And there is a special way to use those, which I'll do another video on, so you don't get any burring on your string there. But really handy tool to have when you're out scrub, if you need to reinstall a peep sight or something like that, and you don't have a bow press. So obviously, if you're using a self-aligning peep, you should take some spare peep sight tubing, and always keep that in the dark. Keep it in your fridge or chuck a bit of talcum powder in there, and you'll prolong the life of your peep sight tubing. Now if you're going to have issues with your arrows like I've had in the past out hunting where you've damaged them and you need to revein them, you'll need some decent glue. Glue to use is Blazer Bond or Loctite 401 or something like that will work really well. Carry that in your toolkit, and some heat glue just in case you need to remove pins out of your shaft or your inserts or something like that. That's easy to keep in there, doesn't take up any room. Some knock and peep tying thread comes in very handy for lots of different things, so put some of that in there as well, and it's very cheap, so you don't it's not like you're breaking the bank to keep it in there. Textite wax, you'll have to wax your string every month or so, very handy to keep in your toolbox. Now just a couple of extra things that you don't need to keep in there but are very handy. Spare vanes for your arrows. Now, whatever vanes you're using, if it's 3-inch vanes or AE vanes, whatever, keep a spare packet of them. Every now and then you'll have an issue with a cable slide breaking. You can keep a spare cable slide in there as well. And of course something to melt your hot melt, a gas torch. Now there are a couple of things that I've deliberately left off this list. A pair of knock pliers, because most compounds these days don't use a knock on their string, but if you're shooting a recurve you would definitely want to put knock pliers and a knock set in there as well. I've left off a lighter, but I have included in there a gas torch. A lighter's probably got more control than a gas torch, so you might want to think about putting a lighter in instead of the gas torch, but the gas torch that I use you can turn right down, so you've got a bit of control on it. You might also want to have a screwdriver and a serving jig in there as well. Not really necessary, I think they're things that you would use when you're back home, but this toolkit's really just for emergencies. The biggest thing that I've actually left out of this is a portable bow press. Most bows these days are past parallel at rest, which means if you use a portable bow press with the adapter brackets and stuff, then very easy for the adapters to slip off the limb and to destroy your bow. So that's why I've left those out. So that's pretty quick and easy, cheap toolbox to set up, and if you ever need it out in the field, it's great to have them with you. Don't forget to hit the like and subscribe button, and if there's something else in your toolbox which you think that I've missed, put a comment down there in the comments and let us know what it is that you keep in your toolkit. See you next time.